So hello, and this is Talha for the Samsung Mobile team, and just got the new Galaxy Note over here, and thought I'd show you how it looks on the inside. So yeah, this is the box, standard, kind of thin, compact as usual, and it opens up to give you the phone inside. Now, it's a bit of a beast, I'll tell you that. It feels like a bit of a So let's just take off the lock screen. Buttons on the side as usual, and you've got the volume rocker here. At the top you've got the earphone jack, 3.5mm, and at the bottom you've got the micro USB port. So, and there you have the pen, which we'll explain later. So that comes out fairly easily like that. And just slots back in. So you unlock it from the side, and to unlock the screen, it's kind of in between, like the honeycomb kind of thing. You put the thumb in the middle and kind of drag to the outside so that the inner circle disappears. And from the immediate kind of observations, it's really smooth. So it's like as soon as you change the screen, you kind of notice it immediately switches. Generally there's no lag as you may get in other phones, and generally a very good feel to the whole system. So what else is really good is the resolution of the screen is really pretty amazing. Probably one of the best I've actually seen on a phone. So if you look here, really pretty high definition. Kind of, you can see every little kind of detail in the phone, which is kind of pretty amazing. A way to really demonstrate this, I'll show you through a video. So if you go to right to the bottom here, sorry, got quite a few videos. They give you this little detail one. So you can really see the crispness of the picture, and the black is like really black, and the bubbles are like very clear. The color, I think, because this is Super AMOLED screen resolution as well, the color is really kind of something that Samsung have kind of mastered. So this next bit kind of really shows that. You can really clearly see the differences between the colors, and it's kind of really pretty amazing quality. So let's just fast forward a bit. So here you can't actually tell the screen is black. It's so clear, it just looks like it's off, which is pretty amazing. And the detail is pretty superb. So yeah, this is such a high resolution screen, and the screen being 5.3 inches is just incredible kind of to watch. It feels almost like a tablet in a way. Kind of, it's much more elegant than any of the other phones I've seen. So yep, let's just return. So one of the things I wanted to talk about before I go into all the pen details and stuff. So you can't actually, by the way, use this in landscape mode in the home screen. It's only portrait. It's not like the tab you'd normally get. But you know, building on the videos, you can also get the camera, which is itself high definition. So it's here at the top. So you've got the normal photography. So not the best desk you'll ever see. So just take it like you normally would. Or you can switch to video camera and actually record as well. So the recording process is very good. It comes out in like 1080p, zoom and everything. One thing that's a bit annoying is that it seems that only the on-screen buttons are the ones you can use. You can't actually use the side buttons, or there's no side button for you to use the camera with. So okay, so just kind of take into some of the other details. So one of the really good things about this new Samsung Galaxy Note is it's actually got a built-in video maker, and here you can actually go through and actually make your own videos and edit them as well. So you've got different themes, as you've seen now. Yeah, I chose a stage one just randomly. Different videos and all these different things as well. You can choose from photos as well. You can choose different music. You can also take your own camera stuff, which is pretty cool. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. I think I might press the back accidentally. But it actually allows you to make the whole thing on the phone directly, which is obviously very, very useful, and a brilliant feature, and I think in addition to the new Samsung as well. So just to kind of go back, I'll put it on the table for now. So this is one of the key features is obviously the pen feature, which comes out from the back here. So it's very easy. You just kind of bring it out with one finger. The pen itself is the normal standard kind of stylus, but it works very differently. It's got kind of the white tip at the top. I'm not sure if it's focusing there properly, but it's also got the button here on the side. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's actually here. And you click it, it's there, and that actually allows you to use much of the stuff and the features on the phone. So one thing they've added is you can use it completely with the stylus. It allows you to change it and so on. And through the use of the button, you can actually do certain. So I guess with the stylus, it actually allows you to do a lot more than you previously could do. So for example, a photo editor, which I think has been a feature in other things like the tab and so on. Here, this time you can actually do your own editions and edit stuff directly on the things. And with the pen, it actually makes things a lot easier. So here, I'll just take a random photo. Now, say I save that. So now if you want to edit it, the precision is so much more accurate. So if you want to use the grab tool, new selection. So I want to select this radio here. You can actually select it much better than you ever previously could. And there you go. And then you can directly change it. All the different tools are here. You can copy, you can write, you can use the pen. So say I want to actually specifically draw on that particular bit. You can do something called the blur. So you can actually choose how much to blur it. Which actually, if you want to, you can make some really nice effects. So for example here, you can choose a selection, you can go inverse selection. Then you can go to blur. And you can actually blur everything apart from the radio. So here, you got some pretty cool effect. So let's just click off it. That actually looks pretty sick. And you can do that with some really good photos as well. So you want one particular person to stand out and so on. It actually looks really, really good. And I think that's because of the addition of the pen, and it works really well. That's something I can definitely see myself using it, so I'll probably save that. It gives you a save as option. So I'll use this to demonstrate the writing tool as well. The writing, you can use a script just as you normally would. To delete, you just use the back. To press enter, you do this little sign. And it's got various different shortcut keys, and you can also use the standard keys at the top. So here it's actually very, very responsive. So you go for Sam. Okay, so I run out of space. So you realize that you didn't change it, so you can actually go here and verify it and click back to delete that all, so you can rewrite it for Samsung. And as you can see, sometimes it doesn't add the space which you may expect it to do, but that's not a problem because you can go in and add that later on. Samsung. But you know, obviously it has its problems. It's not sometimes tries to recognize letters and it kind of comes up with the gaps. But generally, from my use, it has been very, very good whenever I have needed it. And you can always correct it. And I think things get better the more you use it as well. So there you go. Save that. You can edit all previous photos, and yeah, it's a very, very good addition. The pen tool generally it can be used for anything. So web browser, I've actually loaded that at the moment, and you can use it for Google Talk, and you can use it as an actual script making. I think overall it's a brilliant addition, and I think it definitely works very, very well. Would be certainly a feature I'd hope they'd add on most of their phones now, because I think the stylus edition, or the ability to use something like the stylus, is something that's worked really, really well with the Galaxy Note. So one of the key features I want to mention with the stylus is the S Memo app, which comes with the phone. So yeah, it actually allows you to do memo pads and stores the things that you actually draw on here. So if you took a print screen, it comes up here and it saves it, and all the drawings which you can do. So these are some of the drawings they've done before, and some things my friends have done. So you can actually come up with a new memo. You can if you want to draw it, or you can type it onto this. You can actually change from the pen feature to the typing feature here, which gives you that flexibility. Or you can combine the two. So if you do a pen, you can actually type as well. So yeah, a bit messed up because of the way I wrote it. But when you it actually allows you to add words and so on. So this is all kind of really, really good. And the brilliant feature of this is it's very sensitive. The screen is very, very responsive to the pressure that you actually do. So if you draw lightly, it actually writes things lightly. If you press heavy, it goes heavy. So light, so light, so heavy, light, light. Obviously I'm doing this with holding a camera in my hand, so it's difficult to do it. You've got different things like pen tools, pencil, kind of the wider pen things that you use, and different colors as well. So you can change to say red, and you can draw here. You can do it lightly if you want, and yeah, it kind of allows you such a great deal of flexibility, which I think didn't exist before. One thing you can actually do as well, you can change the paper, you can add a title, you can record voice recordings onto this. So say you had a picture, you want to add it onto it, or things from the map, or things from the clipboard. Really, really, I think a brilliant feature. So, sorry. So, yeah, I think generally it works very well. It saves it, and you can edit it later as well. And you can add different sheets as well to the same note, or different notes, and all of these will be saved onto one pile and so on. So very, very good feature, and I think it works definitely really, really well. One thing I will say with the Note is that most of the options it allows you to do with the button and so on. So you can press up and it comes up with the menu. You can do back and it kind of goes backwards. So if you're saying the Gmail, you can just do back and it'll go back. But what it doesn't do is you can't use the menu button and the back button at the bottom. Those remain just with your finger, which is a bit annoying, because you kind of want to do that sometimes directly, and you don't want to have to use the shortcut. Also, the button that's on the pen, again, not sure if you can see it 100%, it's only on one side, and you do have to kind of hold it in a particular way and make sure you've got your hand in the right direction, which is a bit annoying. What you can do is you can buy a kind of a pen edition, which you can slot this into if you want it to make it a more natural feel. So just to go into some of the other features, you can do so much with this phone, which I think previously you couldn't do, just because of the resolution of the screen. I think watching videos, and as already mentioned, has been really good. The music player definitely works really, really well. So I'll just pick some random thing here. So it works really well, and you can obviously put that in the background if you wish. So it kind of makes the whole experience of a phone much, much more enjoyable. The screen generally fits a lot more onto it as well, which I think is really good. But one of the key things I wanted to mention, Google Maps, sorry, is not loading because my internet's actually out at the moment. But one of the things you can actually use, which I think is really good, and this is something that all Samsung things have, is the Polaris Office. So and a brilliant addition that all comes with all Samsung phones. And this actually allows you to use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all directly on your phone to a very high standard. So for example, you want a new document, it gives you the option of the Word document to 0397 or the 2007 and so on, all the way from Excel to PowerPoint to Word document directly. And the feature is actually, I think it's a 2003 feature, but pretty much just exactly the same. You've got all the key things you need, bullet points, formatting, adding pictures. Definitely a very good editor. Works really, really well, even as you do use different colors for text and fonts and styles and stuff like this. I know if I'm carrying around a laptop, it may be impractical, but sometimes you want to edit stuff on a train, you can actually take it with you now. The Excel spreadsheet, it's exactly like a normal spreadsheet. You can even use the formula bar to use the stuff that you want. It comes with some default formula things that you may need, which, you know, considering this is actually a portable device which can fit into your phone and into your pocket, sorry, it makes it very, very accessible and something that I think is definitely useful. And because you've got a pen tool, you can write directly onto this. So if you wanted to, for example, select key points and you wanted to add certain bits, so that was obviously not the best thing to write, so you need to write it in kind of joint text. It comes up where you need it to, and it adds that extra flexibility. So this is obviously, I think, a brilliant feature of any Samsung phone, and I think with the Galaxy Note it's that extra addition, because it's as good as a tab, because it's you know, a big screen, allows you to carry that, but it's kind of more practical than a phone to use for that kind of editing. One final thing I will say, because of the size of the phone, it does make it a bit awkward to maybe carry around at times, and that's one thing that I have observed. So say you want to put it in your pocket, it does make it sometimes a bit impractical to maybe carry around with you. I know that it makes it very obvious that you've got a phone with you. You can't really do things discreetly, which may be a consideration for some people. One key feature which Samsung is now featuring on many of its phones is things like the wireless sharing and the wireless networks. So things like Keys Air and AllShare. Keys Air allows you to share things with the PC software and transfer things from your PC directly over Wi-Fi or whatever it may be. So it actually is much easier, and kind of saves you having to use wires, saves you having to access things directly through that. So it's, you know, it says clearly what it says there. You can use Keys Air without PC software or USB connection. Really brilliant, and actually allows you to do so much more things, especially considering the capabilities of the camera on this phone. Sometimes you want to share stuff with people, but you don't want to have to use different connections and so on. And the other thing is the AllShare app, which they now provide. I haven't connected to Wi-Fi, but what you can do is you can now send from your phone directly to your TV. Directly through, I think you probably have to buy some extra piece of kit, or if you have a Samsung TV you can do it directly through that, but you can send things directly to your TV, things like videos, music, photos, to save you any kind of taking out of software or any kind of taking out of any cables or anything to connect it. So it's something that works directly through that. So overall, I think there's actually just one more feature I wanted to show you, which I nearly forgot. So say they've added all these new gestures which you can actually do. So with many of these apps, you can actually do many things which is kind of directly and to do just simply with the multi-touch features within the Samsung phone. So obviously we know about the swipe mode. You can now rotate a picture. So you put your thumb and you twist it around. You've also got some things where you can shake the phone, where you can kind of slide the phone, where you can turn the phone upside down like this and it puts it into silent mode. And it's got various different things as well, which I think has made the whole experience of using the phone much more intuitive and much more natural, and I think uses the software within it much better. Finally, I want to mention just the planner as well, which here you can see is on my home screen, but you can actually access it directly as normal. Something which I think is, they've tried to make much more intuitive, something which is much more like a diary. I think better than most of the calendar apps which you see. You can create events, so let's say 25th of December, you can then write the anniversary of Jim. I made something up, but you can actually write something in app. You can then click save, and it will then save it onto that thing directly, so you can actually access that later on, and it'll come up with all the different calendars and all the different things as well. Something which I think makes it much more like a diary. Previously it can make it a bit of an effort, but this time you can do a quick jotting down of notes and so on. But obviously I think there are some things which I think are missing. Like I mentioned before, I think some of the buttons can be used a bit more intuitively. The home screen button, I think, is basically just takes you back to where you need to be, but it doesn't really do some of the key things. So for example, when you're taking a photo, it'd be nice if you can use this for a picture button. Some of the side buttons, I think, aside from the off or the screen off button or the power off button and the volume rocker, there's not much actually there, and their use is very limited to what you can actually use with them. Maybe they should consider a kind of a multi-function thing for different apps. And I think overall, the phone is actually very, very good, and it works very well, and definitely recommend you to get this. The size is an issue, but it comes with its benefits as well. The screen is definitely incredible. Watching videos on this is probably one of the best I've seen. And that's even comparing it to the Galaxy Tab 10.1 and other things as well. It definitely kind of makes things very, very portable and very, very easy to use. And the stylus, I think, has been a brilliant addition to the whole thing. So thank you very much. This is Talha Mobile. Follow me on my blog, which you can see in the link below. And I've got my Twitter feeds, and it'd be good to hear your thoughts and comments. So thank you very much. This is Talha Mobile signing off from Samsung Mobile team.